Being in Australia, we're part of the Asia Pacific, and a lot of our art is influenced with Asia, and I've also had quite a lot of dealings with China and Chinese within the business side of things. It's definitely been a culture shock. It's definitely come down to this is China, pretty much. The food I absolutely love, it's beautiful, but having a Western tongue, it's a bit too spicy. So probably like the tourist kind of destinations, the Great Wall, the tombs and all those sorts of things. But being an art student and an artist, I'll probably, the places I'd be more interested in is probably the Museum of Modern Art and the other galleries around the place. I like to pretty much just hang out with the locals. Yeah, it's all about kind of focused around eating and communicating, and I've been to quite a few places that aren't really on the map, but the food is definitely better. Being at 798, it's not really near the subway. I have had limited access with the subway, but it runs perfectly. The buses are every 15 minutes. And pretty much the only problems I've had is trying to explain where I need to go, but the best part about living at 798, I can just say 798 and then they'll get me home. I'm definitely getting the experience, especially coming from Australia. The positions that I'm afterwards are just so competitive and hard fought for. You need to know kind of the culture that you want to deal with, and definitely be able to communicate with different people. Understanding different cultures and how different people think, not necessarily just because of their race, just pretty much kind of being able to up my ante of how to communicate in other ways other than just words. In Australia, it's kind of expected more that you work from 9 to 5, and you have to be very prompt back from your lunch breaks. Everything's due like yesterday. It's not that the Chinese don't work as hard. I think that the time frames are probably just shorter. Great, yeah. Even the support that I needed when I was having a bit of problems at the start, kind of a bit rocky. Cheryl was really good and actually came and helped me find accommodation and everything, so yeah. Pretty much just look at their surroundings, take note of what particularly the locals are doing. I got ripped off really bad by a taxi as soon as I arrived. They pretty much took my suitcase and said, "Follow me." I assumed it was security, but it turns out that it was a taxi company that charged me way too much. So I should have pretty much just looked at what the locals were doing and just lined up.